Hey, so in this video I built a 1000 ringgit keyboard. That's the most expensive keyboard I've ever built, and thankfully it's not from my own pocket because I would be broke. So I want to say a huge thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Banggod. Go and check them out in the links in the description below. Thank you for them for sending over this keyboard kit, and they're having a Black Friday sale right now. Head down to the links in the description below to get everything in a big discount, and I've also added a list in the spreadsheet for you guys to check out where there are extra codes where you can get extra discounts. So a huge thank you to Banggod for sending this over, and check them out in the links in the description below, and I hope you like this build. So let's go through everything we're going to use in this 1000 ringgit keyboard build. So let's start with the switches. So for the switches, I went for the Gateron Pro white switches. These are linear switches which are 3-pin and they come factory pre-looped. So in one box you get 35 pieces and they cost around 50 ringgit. So 2 boxes will be around 100 ringgit. They come with 38 grams of force and a total travel of 4mm. Overall, I think they are pretty good switches, especially when they are factory looped. They're kinda smoother than others, but I recommend lubing them yourselves if you want the best experience. And this is how they sound like out of the box. Next, let's check out the keycaps. These are some double shot PPT keycaps which are Dark Olivia inspired. Overall, I really like this kit, especially with the colors and the accented pink. This keycap set costs around 200 ringgit, but I think it's really worth it for the price because you're getting thick double shot PPT keycaps and the quality of the thickness and the plastic is really nice. And of course, the keyboard kit we will be using. So this is the Skylong GK68XS. It's a really nice keyboard, full CNC aluminum. Let's check it out. So this kit costs around 700 ringgit and it has Bluetooth functionality and wired. So this is everything that comes in the box. Let's check it out one by one. Let's put the keyboard aside. It comes in this really nice traveling case. Let's check out the 3 stuff that comes with the box. So first thing right here is a Type-C cable which is braided. It looks really nice. It has black braided cables and then the tips are actually gold plated. These look really nice and feel pretty high quality. Next thing we have is this little box. Let me just open it up. So in that little box we get 2 things. One is a keycap puller, one is a switch puller. Overall quite basic plastic and metal ones. These will get the job done, but I don't recommend using this because they might spoil your keyboard. Another thing we get right here is in this plastic. Let's just open it up. So this here actually is a little kit that you can use to change out your spacebar into 3 separate keys if you want to go that route. It's one of the features that this keyboard has as well. Pretty interesting, pretty nice. Let's check out the keyboard now. So as I said in the beginning, this keyboard comes in this carrying case which is really soft to the touch and really nice. Let's just take it out. Wow. So overall first impressions, it feels really heavy. So this is the manual right here. You can pause if you want to take a look at it. So it's basically the GK68 series by Skylong. Now let's check out the keyboard. So the keyboard comes with this, tells you not to put in the switches too hard because you might break the hot swap sockets. They just tell you to put it in but not use too much force, which is a pretty interesting thing. And then here it teaches you how to change out the little bar I told you guys about just now. So overall first impressions, it's a really heavy keyboard, but the CNC aluminum feels really nice, high quality, and it's cut really nice. So on the front we can see the 68 key layout. It comes with north facing LED RGBs, which is 5-pin hot swap, which is really nice. And then you can see all of the steps right here, and it's mainly a white plate. This is what the front profile looks like. The side profile, wow, and the top. And this is the bottom, which is full CNC aluminum. So first things first, I'm gonna open up the case, see what I can do to mod it, and then we can move on to the other stuff. So I've opened up the plate. So basically the copper ones are the smaller screws and then the others are all just the longer screws. It may be a bit confusing at first, but overall I think I really like the design of this keyboard. So we can directly see the motherboard or the PCB right here, and it looks really nice. Let's just try to take it out and see what we can do with the rest of the keyboard. As you guys can see, the battery is connected, so I'm just going to plug it out like a little Lego. So I've tried to remove that little connector, but it's not budging at all, so I'm not going to force it out. I'm just going to leave it there and we can mod the keyboard like this. So as we can see from the case, it is a little bit hollow, but it's metal, so I'm going to add in a little bit of some sound dampening foam into it. So I'm just going to add a little, not too much, just going to add enough for it to absorb off the typing sound. So that is all the foam I'm going to be adding into the case. I know it doesn't look pretty or the best, but no one's going to have a look at it anyway, so I'm just going to cover it up right now. So before I put the PCB back in place, I'm just going to do a tempers tape mod on the back of the PCB. So I'm going to use 3 to 4 layers of this masking tape. So with everything done with the case, we can now move on to the plate. So for the stabilizers, I'll actually be removing the stock ones. These stock ones come already looped, but I don't think they did a good job, so I'm just going to replace them with my cherry ones, which I've already Holee modded. So this is how it looks like with all of the new cherry steps installed. Nice, with everything plugged back in, I'm just going to try to see if the keyboard is fully functioning or not. Everything seems to be working fine. We can now move on to the switches. So with all the switches installed, I think they look pretty good. I did have some problems with the first few switches, that's why it took a long time. But overall it looks nice and the RGB is amazing. Now we can move on to the keycaps. So this is what the keyboard looks like with the Olivia inspired keycaps. Overall, I think they look really nice with this muted color and this aluminium case. Sorry that when I filmed it, I actually forgot about the brightness and I didn't increase it. But overall, I think it looks really nice and awesome. So now let's go to the sound test. So that was it for this 1000 ringgit keyboard build. Hopefully you guys like this kind of content. Honestly, I had a blast building this kit, and especially the looks at the end. I really love how it looked and how it sounded. Hopefully you guys did too. Again, a huge thank you to the sponsor Banggod. Do check them out in the links in the description below for their Black Friday sale. Huge thanks to them for sending this over, and I really enjoyed the overall experience. So that is it for this video, guys. Leave a like if you like this video, dislike this video if you didn't like it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I have more keyboard content and tech stuff coming very soon. As always, thanks for watching. Goodbye, guys.